Whoa, too bright. Kevin, what's going on, buddy? Kelly Bullock's in here. What's going on, everyone? It just now got set up. I was actually going to set up somewhere else, and I came down here to catch my bait. Went up there to where I was going to fish, and somebody's took the spot over. Jacob, no, that's Devil's Kitchen, has the trout in it. I know, Kevin, I saw that. Everybody's live tonight. Dan, I just got here, literally just got done catching bait a few minutes ago. Kelly, that ain't no kidding. I need to figure out a way to get that John boat to you. I'd be pleased to see that coming out of the yard. Kevin, I'm assuming you're hey Joe Buck. Kevin, I'm assuming you're flopping between channels. Is Chunky doing any good? I saw he went live just a little while ago while I was catching bait. Ooh. I've got bells on the rods today. Yeah, we got big plans for it, man. I tell you what, I'd actually like to see something get done with that thing, because nothing's getting done messing around here at the yard. Watching you, Chunky, and Mark. I knew Mark would be live. It's his normal night, and Chunky's been going live Monday nights here lately too. So, going to Pyramid. I need to get up there at some point. Guys, before we get started too far, the rod closest to us has one of these. Let me grab one. And I don't typically like this stuff, but the rod closest to us has one of these fiber nuggets on it. I was down here messing around last week, had Caitlin out here, and we didn't have one of those fiber nuggets in the water for like 5 minutes before something, he wasn't a very big channel cat, but he, hey, there's Larry, old boy outdoors. And the rod back there in the back, the furthest one from us, is has got a whole live bluegill on it down there swimming around. So this lake is hey Chris Usselton, how's it going, buddy? This lake is known for having some pretty stout flatheads in it. I'd take one if one to bite. I ain't gonna hold my breath on one, but so I'll take a bullet fishing. Yeah, Kelly's gonna have to get over this way at some point. Man, I tell you what, I'm glad we finally got us a breeze. It has been brutal today. I've had stuff I needed to do outside. We've been under a heat advisory. We're still under it until, I think we're technically under the heat advisory until like Thursday night at 8 p.m. But I got out here and the sun went down and we got a little breeze coming across this lake, and it definitely made it a little bit easier. Plus it's nice having air conditioning again. For those of you that don't know, I had a bit of a fender bender right there at the first week of June. Tore my truck up, so I've been towing the boat with that old green Suburban of mine, that 25-year-old, 26-year-old now Suburban, and I keep fixing the air in it. The air keeps going out. It's got leaks all over. Hey Leroy Honeycutt, how's the truck coming along? Yeah, it's not. I've got to find me one, buddy. To add insult to injury, I come out to go to work last Thursday, and the back glass on my Charger was just completely shattered. But, hey, Amy Payne, how's it going? Has the Mississippi River been for catfishing? The Mississippi River is low. At least the Cape gauge is. The Cape gauge is busted below 16 feet, which means it's below the riprap at the Red Star access. We might move stuff around here in just a second. We might pitch us one of these. We might catfishing with Slim. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Yes, Kelly wants to go fishing. Yeah, he'll come up here. We'll have to make that one happen at some point. But we keep running into each other. Hey, Dale. Let me get out of the way here. I'll move back a little bit where you guys can see the rods. Like I said, we got bells on them tonight. Before I left the house, I went and dug through and found my bells. So at least we can hear if we're getting something. I will have to. Let's see here. What would be the day? Let me see here. What would be the lake to go to for a day down your way for some good bank fishing? It shows 210 miles, Dan. If I was going to bank fish, probably the one with the most access would be Rend Lake. Not necessarily the best fishing, but that would give you the best access, because they really have, there's a lot of boat launches on there, and they've built them up, and they keep them maintained where you can fish from there. You could always find fish up at Rend. It's almost where I went tonight. Little Grassy Lake where I'm at tonight, there's only a few places really you could bank fish without going for a walk in the woods. Yeah, Jacob's right. You've got the spillway down there at Rend Lake. That could be a good spot every once in a while. We walked back there last week. It's flowing hard over the spillway, but nothing's really moving down there. Yeah, we might move some stuff around here in a second to see if it's a pain in the neck getting that. It's a pain in the neck getting that rod holder in the ground down here. Is all rocks down here. I had to beat it into the ground with a 3-pound sledgehammer, but we got it in there. That something keeps jumping right out here by the boat ramp. There was a bunch of little bluegills out here. Wolf Creek Dam is flowing too fast for... Yeah, ain't no kidding. Oh, there's a boat. Okay, he's turned towards us now. You don't see a whole lot of boats out here at night, for whatever reason. Let's see, I think I'm gonna move our fiber nugget. Let's see. Bunch of salad. Smell that fiber nugget on there. Yeah, it's mostly gone now. I tell you what, I think we don't have a whole lot of bluegills, but we got a few. There, get on there. Something's going crazy out there. Almost cut my bait on the bucket here, and then I thought about the fact that I've been sitting on that bucket and want to continue to sit on that bucket, and I don't feel like sitting in the bait. So there we go. Cut up a real small bluegill. Alright, we're back in business. I took that old fiber nugget off. Need the cutting board bucket lid. Yeah, I think, honestly, I think I've got a cutting board in the trunk of the car, but I brought the battery of the John boat with me tonight. I'm using it to power my phone and this ring light I'm using. Eddie Gross, thank you, buddy. Reed Coleman, hi. Let's see, let me scroll up, see what I missed here. All right, I think we got one up fairly shallow. It's got a half of about a 3-inch long bluegill on there. I don't know how he got the hook in his mouth, but he did. And then that, Reed, I'm catfishing tonight, buddy. Actually, I'm fishing for anything that'll bite, but primarily catfish. The rod closest to us now. Take down Kenneth Powell. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. We got the first rod has a live bluegill on it. Second rod has half of a cut bluegill on there. Front half. Where you at? I'm at Little Grassy Lake here in southern Illinois there, Reed. Ram Diaz, hey, how's it going? Who else in here? Laura the Explorer. Hey, Lori. I tell you what, even though we got that little bit of a breeze, once you get up and get moving around, it don't take long to get hot. I have drunk so much Gatorade today, it ain't even funny. And that's saying a lot, since I'd prefer to drink coffee. I think I had like 2 cups of coffee today, that's all. Which is rare for me. I'm talking coffee, and Lori's putting coffee emojis in the chat right about the same time. That couldn't have been timed better if I'd tried. What do we got there? We got the fish grippers. This, guys, a few weeks ago I went live down here at this lake, and this is the spot that I wanted to fish at. We ended up fishing at the other one because there was a party or something going on down here. But today I wanted to fish at the other place and couldn't because there's somebody parked up there. So I was going to park and fish a different spot, and it was they got no parking signs up there, and I don't know how quick they would be to enforce it. If I did, probably wouldn't even ever get caught out there, but do the right thing. I have been working, this may be one of the last times I bank fish. Whoa. Maybe one of the last times I bank fish before I get my cart ready. I found me this fold up utility wagon at Walmart about a month ago. It was $70. Had great big old wheels on it, big wide tires. And I picked that thing up. I've been in the process of pimping out my fishing cart, you know, emailing back and forth with Elston, Chunky Cats. And I had emailed him asking how he kind of set his up, and I went through and got mine set up, made some of it modular. That way I could still use the cart for other things if I want to, but there's really no permanent modifications other than a few holes. But once we get that thing completed, I need to talk to my brother. He uses a cart for fishing. Yeah, Kelly, I'll have to post pictures of this thing when I get it done. It's turning out pretty neat. I put me a camera mount on it the other day, and it's got a couple of black lights. It's not lit up anywhere near like Chunky does, but it will make the rods glow a little bit. So we need a bell ringer. We need something to come up and ring the bell, win a prize. The prize is they get to be seen on YouTube. Well, guys, the Ohio River is not flowing. I got a lot of y'all on Facebook. I posted a screenshot the other day from an app that I use that tells the river stages and how the river's flowing. And hey, Catfish Regulators, what's going on, buddy? There ain't nothing going on here at the moment. We just got started about not even 20 minutes ago, though, so really ain't had time for Mr. Whiskers to come out and find our stuff. Let something stupid happen. Hey, Lee Evans, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Fishing with Robbie. Hey, how's it going, man? Guys, if you haven't checked out Fishing with Robbie, you need to. He is up and coming. Awesome young man. And it is peaceful out here tonight. This is the kind of place you could put the bells on the rods and kick back in the fold-out chair and just let her rip. Hey, Robbie, no problem. I wouldn't say that if I didn't mean it. We'll get us a bell ringing here for too long. Hopefully they're going to eat a bluegill tonight. I wanted some shad. I don't think there's really any in this lake. They stock them every year, but there is something out there messing around. Let's see what's going on with this. I have to get tightened or something. There we go. Let's see, I think I may have bigger light. Let's see if we light those rods up. don't have a bigger light, but I have a second light. There we go. Let's see if that works. Yeah, a little bit better, didn't it? We can see them now. Maybe they'll keep the bugs over there too. And I did have a cutting, just for the record, I did have a cutting board in the trunk of the car. I thought I did, but I wasn't sure. Need a thermal cell out here tonight. I could set that thing out in front of me. Let that just go to town. Oh, we got movement on the live bluegill rod. And it's not a huge live bluegill, but it's 4 or 5 inch, something like that. So good eating size. Whatever eats it would probably be beached out. We got one bigger one in here. I don't know if it's still alive or not. But let's see, what am I missing in chat? JJ Klingman, how's it going, buddy? Good to be here on live stream with you tonight. I can watch where it's cool, very hot in here. Yeah, buddy, it's been warm here too. Kenneth, hey Jerry. As far as the thermocell goes, I'm kind of up in the air over it. There's been nights I've turned it on, and I can honestly say it seemed like it was really working good. And there's been other nights that I've turned it on and I couldn't tell that it was on. But what I have noticed is if you've got quite a bit of wind, it tends to blow that cloud away. If you're sitting on a night where there really ain't a whole... Oh, there's one on the cut bluegill. What in the heck? What that was? Something flew out of the sky and landed down there in the water and started swimming. I don't know what it was. But at least we're starting to get... We know there's something that'll give it some attention. We've had so far now in the past 2 or 3 minutes, we've had the live bluegill rod bump a little bit, and something just rung the bell on the bluegill head. But yeah, those thermocells. Wait, hey, hold on. If I put somebody in timeout right then, I apologize. I don't think I did, but Kenneth, I don't know. It's as far as those things go. Like I said, if there's no wind, I think they work. If you got a breeze, I think maybe if you were downwind to one, you might be all right, but you never know. How's the bite? Robbie, there just now in the past 5 minutes seen any action at all. I come out here, I've only been at it now just not even half an hour, but I come out here and threw the net a couple times and didn't get any shad, so I broke out the Zebco 33 and a bobber, and I caught me up some little bluegills on some waxworms. What rods are those? Those are the Tanglewood Catfish Extreme casting rods. Both of them pretty much outfitted with a Cat Max reel. The furthest one from it does have a Cat Max, and that one that's closer has one of those Ocean Master Ocean Master 4000s or something like that. It's a Cat Max. It's got one more drag washer. It's gold. They sell it as a saltwater reel, but I got a good deal on it at a pawn shop for like 30 bucks. And picked it up. It does all right. I'd like to see something just annihilate that live bluegill tonight. There's still all kinds of stuff up here in the shallows at this boat ramp. Once I turned those lights on, they really started going crazy. Let's see here. Do the Parker chickens? Yeah, the Jerry chicken dance. I didn't bring no chicken with me at all tonight, Jerry. Left it at home. Jerry, I'm surprised you ain't out live somewhere tonight, buddy. I figured you'd be on one of those wing dikes. They ought to be just about completely out of the water now. I lost my Gatorade for a minute. It was about to be the end of the world. Let's see here. I don't know why I keep turning around and look at that. I can see them on the camera. And if they go real crazy, it's going to ring that bell. So, habit, I guess. You get to see what Parker's all about on the 7-to-7 tournament. Hey, Jerry is hardcore, man. That ain't no kidding. Jerry is hardcore. And if he could have figured out a way to drag baits out of the front of my buddy's boat during that pool party tournament, I guarantee he would have done it. Just got back. Oh, I forgot you were going to 11-foot tiger shark. You caught 11-foot tiger shark? Man. I have seen one of those caught, but I have never caught a tiger. I've never caught a shark. I want to, though. I was down in Georgia about 7 or 8 years ago for a while. Spent 3 weeks down there in the Golden Isles. And they had I was down there in April. And they told me if I'd have been down there in May that the black tips would have been running. So by the time I was going home, the black tips were getting ready to start. Video ran out of screen time for iMovie. Oh man. I'm not sure how that. I'm completely unfamiliar when it comes to Apple products, Robbie, but I know that doesn't sound good. So I was editing last night. Tell you guys how far behind I am. I was editing stuff from. Hey, Jeremy, Creole, what's going on, buddy? I was editing stuff from Mendota last night. That's how far behind I am. That was just back in May, you know. My parents have down to. Oh, okay. Now I know what you mean. I do the same thing with Caitlin. Otherwise, she would live on her tablet, Robbie. She already pretty much does. Speaking of tablets, I'm trying to find me one. Actually, I found a pretty awesome little found a pretty awesome little tablet plan with unlimited data. And I got to thinking if I could swing that and use my StreamYard, that I could have two cameras running on StreamYard. Might come in handy from time to time. But a lot of the time the cameras on those tablets ain't nowhere near as good as they are on the phone for whatever reason. Let's see, 31 minutes. Still stuff jumping all over out here. I don't think I didn't bring me a rod with a bobber on it tonight. If I'd have known I was going to be fishing here, I probably would have. Justin, what's going on, man? There's a coyote. Coyotes are starting to howl. Justin, we've had one on each rod, or bite at least on each rod. About 7 or 8 minutes ago, I guess. So far, nothing hooked up. Trying to keep an eye. I can hear those coyotes off to my left, and they're off past this ring light, so I can't see anything that direction. I would really rather one not walk up here. Okay. I'm gonna grab a flashlight real quick, and I will be back here. I'm back here. Yeah, we got one. It ain't much of one, but we got a flashlight now at least. See what I miss. Chad's in here? Oh man. Yep, Chad's in here. Philip Williams, hey buddy. I think we'll give it another 2 or 3 minutes, and if nothing's going crazy, we'll check our baits at least. Or at least check that cut bait. Part of me wants to leave that. Part of me wants to leave that live bluegill down where he was at. Let him get something's attention. Get hooked on D. Yes, DU being here makes up for Chad being in here, yes. Mad Catter's in here. Man, it's nice out now. I'm wanting to go for too long and either anchor up on the Ohio, or I found a little out of the way boat ramp. How do you fish lakes with lots of grass on the bottom? Well, that is exactly what we're doing tonight there. very carefully. Now they're gonna, this lake, it gets deep in a hurry, but it's very clear. It's very clear water lake and has lots of vegetation in it. They there ain't a whole lot you can do. The fish are going to navigate that, and they'll find your bait. I've tried it with a I've tried it before with a peg float. I've tried it without. Do you have a wife fishing tournament set up yet? We'll be able to live stream like the other two you did. JJ, I haven't set one up yet. Ernie Brown. When I do, I will definitely, there'll be a video announcement announcing the next tournament. Christina and I have kind of been going through and trying to brainstorm some ideas. We've had a few interesting ideas that we'd like to see, just trying to put a twist on it. And let's see, we're at 3637. There used to be my old phone number, so we'll use that we'll check this cut bait. Get a bell. Still got one. Alright, we found a little bit shallower spot. Put a bell back on. And I could go either way on that. Don't think anyone will bite you. Huh? Are you using Sandy rig? I'm using a Carolina rig. Now JJ, I don't know if he's in chat, so he'll be able to. Hey, don't mess with my lead fumes there, Ernie. That's one of the last dangerous pleasures I have in life, you know. But JJ Chad's in Fishing with the Chad is in chat. I don't know if he has filled up all his available dates for the couples tournament that's coming up in October. But he would be able to tell you if there are still spots open for that one. This fall is going to be busy, guys. There is going to be lots of online tournaments. And there we go. He still has some evening hooked up. What's going on? Let's see here. I almost want to move that. I almost want to move that bluegill, but at the same time, that's kind of my downfall is I don't just let sit and get attention. But I brought that cut bait in, and it was still good. Jerry, yeah, there's some big ones out here. That's why I have something on there alive tonight. I'm not gonna hold out any hope for a flathead, but at least we'll put something that would be on the menu for him. It's about a 4-inch bluegill. I look away from my ring light and I can see, what in the world? Man, you guys are the winningest people I've ever seen, Ernie. It's awesome. Philip, take care, buddy. Appreciate you stopping in and saying hi. Yeah, part of me wants to move that. I just tossed that thing right off the boat ramp. So, yeah, we got us a. Hey, thanks, Jeremy. Creole with the super chat. I couldn't even put in my raccoon and peach that I usually do. I've been trying to figure out something for instead of boom. Kevin, old Palmetto has started the boom, and I don't want to encroach. So I've been trying to come up with a sound or something to say, but we ain't come up with nothing yet. So boom still works. But, and I tell you what, I was out here with Cha-ching. I thought about that. What's that old boy? Earl Dibbles Jr. What's that noise he makes? That yeet yeet like that, but I can't do it real well. So. If nothing else, at least we don't have a full moon fighting us tonight. That last time I went live, that full moon come up and it was bright enough you could read a book. Do the Turtle Mania. I forget how was it that thing went, Justin? I'll have to look that guy up again. I know I searched Ernie Brown on YouTube. I did not realize that the Turtle Man's real name was Ernie Brown. I was trying to find our Ernie one time and ended up finding the Turtle Man, and I was like, what in the world? Well, that bluegill, he ain't pulling real hard if he is on there. That's checking. I'd hate to be sitting here on the live with a empty hook. Put my bell in my pocket. We got a bunch of grass. And all that. We got our salad. Yeah, our bluegill's still alive. Let's see, we'll pick him out. Get our bell put on there. There we go. Moved him out a little bit further off the off the boat ramp. We're kind of at the back of a cove right here where this ramp is. And I took Caitlin down here. Bacon. That may taste good, Wilton, bacon grease. You know, it takes something like bacon grease to make that stuff taste good. Redbeard, no, we've had a couple bites, had the bells rung a couple times, but so far nothing's hooked up. I took Caitlin down here last week. I forget what day it was. Last Thursday, I think. And we come up with us a couple bluegill and a small channel cat. I got to get up to Kaskaskia at some point. I need to go put my John boat in up there. Oh man, Ernie, that sounds good. I tell you what, put jalapeno slices between your cheese slice, or sliced jalapenos between the. Oh, nice. Steve Hogan, what do you know, buddy? Nothing yet. Yeah, we need to do that, Avid, for sure. How's the water down there at the lock and dam? I figure it's probably almost gone. It's driving. I figured it was. The whole river's gone crazy this summer. Normally we at least get a few good rains. I'll fix a bedtime stay. I know it. I didn't bring nothing with me to eat. I think I just saw lightning do the sound there, but I'm not for sure. I hear a car pulling around. That might have been what I heard. Mississippi River gets stable, we'll have to hit the river. Yeah, that ain't no kidding. We were talking about that the other day. Oh, there's a car messing around. Oh, okay. They come from the other way. I don't know if they're coming down here or not. If they come down here and launch a boat, I'm going to have to move everything, but so far it looks all right. Scotch eggs. Just had blueberry pie and a glass of blue. Now everybody's talking food. I got to know what a Scotch egg is, though, Avid. Sunfish assassin? No, nothing yet. Had a couple light bites earlier, but so far nothing. Just sitting out at the moment, enjoying the good chat and the breeze, because it's been heat index of about 110 all day today. It's actually kind of nice to sit out here. This breeze coming right across this water is fairly nice. We'll see something hook up at some point here. Boiled egg wrapped in sausage, wrapped in bacon, and deep fried. Well, Avid, that sounds delicious. It does not sound healthy, but it sounds delicious. Warm peach cobbler and caramel. I was in the mood for biscuits and gravy this morning. We went and had that Hawaiian fisherman and just found out there may be a new Lake Michigan record for king salmon. 47.38 pounds. Man. Steve Hogan taking the kayak out tomorrow morning in Marco Bay. Steve, good luck tomorrow, buddy. I agree with Sunfish. That does sound like a heart attack, but that sounds like I would be happy having that heart attack. Much catfish and carp. He shows how to make it while not camping. All right, check that out. Scotch eggs put on weight. Yeah, that ain't no kidding. That's kind of like, was it Five Guys burgers? You could probably safely eat that maybe twice a year. Any more than that, you're killing yourself. Steak fajitas, rice and beans. That sounds good. We had Chinese tonight. I called the order in and the local place, and Christina went and picked it up. So I had imitation crab and probably imitation scallops and everything. That's Five Guys makes an excellent burger, Justin. There was an article once. I think I Googled Five Guys secret menu, and it's nothing secret. It's just people going over the different toppings. And they had one where some guy was doing one and made it taste like a sloppy Joe. That thing was. I went down there and actually, I'm like, I gotta try that one. And it did. It tasted a lot like sloppy Joe. Ernie talking about deer fajitas. Man, I ain't had any deer meat in a while. We'll get a bite here in just a second. I took my shoe off so I could stretch my foot. That time I get good and committed, there'll be something biting. I'll be landing a fish with one shoe off. What do you guys know about a sloppy Joe? Always when you're doing other stuff, yeah, they ain't no kidding. That's the first rule of fishing. Ignore those rods and they'll double over. Now we'll give it a few more minutes on that bluegill head, and if it don't produce, we might switch back over to a fiber nugget. Some fishing session right now. I'm using the first rod closest to us has a live bluegill, and the rod further back has about half of about a 2.5, 3-inch bluegill. So just a little bitty old thing. Couldn't catch any shad tonight. I wanted some, but there's just not a whole lot of them in this lake anyway. So it might not be even worth the time to. 19-year-old kid from Michigan, first time ever fishing, set the new record for the king salmon. That's awesome. That kid is, pardon the pun, that kid is hooked for life. He will spend the rest of his life chasing another record. Hey Maurice, haven't missed a bunch, but we missed good chat and talking about, everybody's getting hungry, so everybody's talking about food. But we've had our bells rung a couple times on the rods, but nothing hooked up so far. I'm actually considering putting a, who's this here? Jerry blowing my phone up. Jerry, I'll look at those when I get done here tonight. I'm actually considering putting one of those, that sounds good too. One of those fiber nuggets back on there. This is the only lake I've ever caught anything on one of those fiber nuggets, and I don't know if it was a fluke. I'd like to catch a second fish on them just to know whether it was just right place, right time, or whether those things are actually decent. But they seem like they could stay on the hook pretty good. Yeah, I think we're going to. It's been 55 minutes. Yeah, it's been 20 minutes for. We probably need to change that thing anyway. Get my bell. Good call. Something got our bait. Now, I don't know what it is, but that grass in this lake smells like straight up garlic. Smells like garlic powder. And it's not the bait stinking like that either. It is the grass itself smell like garlic. Time for a bowl of Raisin Bran. Let's get a bell on here. There we go. I put 2 of those fiber nuggets on there. Piled that thing up there. What I miss? Haven't fished Grassy in a long time. I did decent bass. Yeah, Jerry, it's full of bass down here. So, I tell you what, it's becoming a bluegill lake. Guy can come down here with some butterworms or something like that and really tear up some nice bluegill. I'm tempted to come down here one day this weekend, and I got me just an old bamboo cane pole. Lance, that's what we're trying to figure out tonight. I brought my daughter down here one night last week, and we couldn't. We were going to try to catch some bluegills for bait, never could catch any. And so I shoved one of those fiber nuggets on a hook and just tossed it out there. And within like 5 minutes, we had us a channel cat. And I mean, he, little bitty old guy, but he took it, and I mean, he ate it. But since then, I have not had a bite on a fiber nugget. So I don't know if it was, don't know if it was a fluke or if it was, whether they'll actually eat them. So, just to catch channels on kibbles and bits, the soft pieces. I believe that. My buddy, he used to have there was a little old pond back at the back edge of his parents' property. And we'd go out there a lot and take us a bunch of just Old Roy dog food. That's how, I don't even know if they still make Old Roy. It was the Walmart brand. And we'd take that out there and chuck that all out there in the water and watch the big channel cats come up and eat it. What the heck? There was a bat flew through here. Sunny's works well. Use it. Use 2 to 14 pins. I'm not a big fan of any of that prepared bait there, Jerry, but I know some of it works. I have just never really had too much luck with it. I've heard that, I know Matt Jones speaks very highly of that G&S cheese bait. Loves it, absolutely loves it. This stuff is Team Catfish Fiber Nugget in the bait fish blood flavor. I'll take their word for it, but that's what it tastes like. What we got here? You guys that signed up for the couples tournament, you would need to go to the Fishing with the Chad group on Facebook and ask J-Dog to taste it. Yeah, that ain't no kidding. But if you go to the, Chad may still be in chat. I don't know if he's still on here or not, but if he is, he'll chime in. But yeah, you can go to the Fishing with the Chad group on Facebook. I know he's got some openings left for the couples tournament. Come on, we need a bell ringer. We need a ting, 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 ting. It's too hot for a fire, but I wish I had one out here tonight to run the bugs off with. I got mayflies have found my ring light. What we got? What I miss? Stephen Corley, how's it going, man? Use an old rag as a smoker. Favorite reel, Robbie. My favorite, probably honestly, is the Cat Max. My head is closed. I've got a ring light right here in front of me, but yeah, it's been hot, so I've been sweating. So I'm sure I've got a little bit of a. Yeah, that's true. But it's still my weekend, so I don't go back to work till tomorrow. Anything hit so hard I watched the bell fly into the river. The old rag and burn it and pat it out. Let it smoke. Huh. I need to do some ribs. I need to take and make some more ribs. I need to put some in the smoker. We ain't had any in a while. Everybody talking about food, that got me thinking about ribs. Old Chris, old Hooks and Hammocks, he'd probably try to fish with them. I think he's been known to use bacon a time or two. Sorry on a phone call, she didn't chat much. Chad's always on the phone. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, knocking stuff over. Our breeze went away too. Haven't used bells in a long time. Every time I did, I would forget to set the hook and send them into orbit. I've never had it on a hook set, Jerry, but I know I've made a cast before and heard fling, and watched, you catch the glint of just a little bit of shine of the bell catching light on its way out to the bottom of the river. That's why I don't buy the expensive ones anymore. Let me see here. Follow the bone of baby ribs, boil in the pot for 45 minutes, and take them out, pat dry, put barbecue sauce on them. Huh, I may have tried that, Lance. I do the 3-2-1 method. 3 hours in the smoker on low heat, probably 175 or so, 165, 175. I'll do them for 3 hours under heavy smoke. And then you take them out for a minute, you wrap them up in tin foil, and you turn them meat side down, so bone up, and you put them back in the smoker, and it don't really matter how much smoke you make them because they're wrapped up in tin foil and it's not getting to them anyway. You do 2 hours that way, and you take them out, unwrap them, put them meat side up, and sauce them. And do 1 hour sauced, and they will fall right off the bone. I found that recipe, some website. It makes good ribs. Biggest thing about ribs is prep work. Take and get that membrane, pull that membrane off the back of your ribs. And my dad taught me, he learned from somebody down in Memphis. slather that whole side of ribs in yellow mustard, just regular old yellow French's mustard. Slather the whole thing in mustard, and then put your dry rub on that mustard. And that mustard to keep that meat moist, make it real good and flavorful. And it doesn't come out tasting like you slathered it in mustard, if you're worried about that. But makes good ribs. Never pulled the membrane off. Oh, I always pull that membrane off. I've had some poorly cooked ribs. Do the 12-pack method, drink a 12-pack, ribs come out perfect. Yeah, at the end of it, you don't care either way, Jerry. 12 would put me under anymore. It wouldn't have a long time ago, but it would now. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a bottle of water out of the car. Yeah. Surprising. Whoa. Try it the way I posted with the membrane. You'll never pull it off again. Lance, I will give that a try. I'm always up for a new rib recipe. I never thought about boiling them. We've had them in the slow cooker before. Just let them cook all day in there. All right, Ernie. Good to see you, buddy. Tell Chrissy we said hello. Hope she's doing better. Oh, mayfly. Doctor said physical therapy next week. Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. What did Jerry say here? Oh, the 12-pack method. Everybody's fish are camera shy tonight. I think I'm a curse. The last 2 days, Ted lives haven't seen a fish, but I have a feeling. Somebody boot Sunfish Assassin. That's why we're not catching any fish. No, don't be doing that. He showed me how to cook ribs like that. Lance, I will be giving that a try, buddy. That sounds delicious. Let's see. Well, nothing's messed with our live bluegill. I'm gonna look real quick. I think I may pitch him up shallow and see if anything wants to mess with him. Let me see what we can find. No, we didn't come up with as much salad that time. And he's still alive. There we go. Put 4 bay leaves, 2 cinnamon sticks, and a handful of whole peppercorn in the pot of water while boiling the ribs. That sounded good. That sounded real good. Reef Robber. It's a new name, I believe. Welcome to the chat tonight. Thanks for stopping in. I moved that live bluegill. Like I said, we're fishing the back part of a cove, and it kind of shallows up that way. It shallows up that way. You might have to rig up like you were doing in Mendota. Yeah, Jerry, that's the truth. Hey, Jason Lamb. No, nothing to write home about tonight. Had a couple light hits earlier, about an hour ago, roundabout. But are you in a lake or river? I'm at a lake. I'm at little. Hey, come here, mayfly. Look at that guy. These guys are ruining your stinking day too. They like to hatch while you're out on the river. Go crazy. How many acres? Some fish I'm not for sure. It's a pretty good sized one. It's not by no means one of the biggest in southern Illinois. It's Little Grassy Lake is what it is. Yeah, a little mayfly. See you, buddy. But I had a long time ago, one of my first videos I ever put out. I built a light for night fishing that would go down in a seat pedestal on a boat that I had at the time, and it was made with a telephone pole, a paint pole. So it was telescoping. You could bring that thing up like 12 foot. Had one of those LED work lights on it. It just light up everything around. And me and my buddy Heath, we were out there, Little Grassy Lake, 1200. Thanks, Jerry. And we were hanging out on the Ohio River. Oh, Jerry did have it in there. About it being around 1,200 acres. But, yeah, Little Grassy Lake, 1,200 acres there, Sunfish Assassin. It's kind of shaped like a frog. It's it's man-made lake, but they built it by damming up Grassy Creek. And has a bunch of smaller channel cats in it. Never caught a big channel cat out of it. Caught nice, 4 or 5 pound ones. Acres 210. No. Oh, another bird or a bat or something flying in. Mendota blow your mind as far as giant. Yeah, they ain't no kidding. Lake Mendota is an awesome lake. And you know, this lake or Kincaid reminds me a lot of Mendota. The only difference is this lake gets deep in a hurry, where Mendota, the whole top end of that lake is less than 4 foot deep. You know, the top third of the lake is all no wake zone. And talk about running all week long with your motor trimmed up, sitting there idling. I probably could have used a new set of spark plugs when we got done, but first chance I got, I took the boat out to the lake down here and opened her up and let her run. Out here. 1 square mile, 640 acres. Man. Yeah, if you ever look at Little Grassy Lake on the maps, it kind of looks like a frog. It's got its legs all kicked out. I hope you got. What in the world? Get off there. Another mayfly. Ohio. You guys in Ohio fishing Lake Erie? I heard weekend. Kind of look like a fort. That's awesome. Let's see, we've been living. All right, Steven. We'll be on here for a little while longer. I don't know how much longer, but we'll mess around out here. I'd love to actually get a bike that would stay hooked up. So I don't know what time it's getting to be. 9:51. Oh yeah, we got time. We could be live for a little while. Back to work tomorrow, heading to bed. All right, night, Jerry. Thanks for stopping in. Anybody bumping around? Anybody know how Chunky's doing tonight? Sunfish? Yes, I'm Central Time, buddy. Yeah, we had that light up there, about 12 foot in the air, and we were sitting there fishing, and the mayflies hatched that night. And hey, Peel and Drag. I was watching him live the other night. He was fishing with Paula Smith and Ryan Bortz down at the Taylorville Lake, Captain Mad Jack's tournament. All right, JJ, take care, buddy. Appreciate you stopping in. What we got there. I try to set everything out pretty close to where I'm hanging out. That way it's easy to pack up whenever I do get done. I don't forget stuff here. Getting any bites? You know, it's been a little while. It's definitely slow tonight. They're Peel and Drag. We had something ring the bell on the live bluegill. That was the first one to get a hit, and then at the time I had about half of a little bitty bluegill. Nothing yet, Chris. Unfortunately, it's slow tonight. I wish they hadn't drained Crab Orchard. Crab Orchard is good for channel cat. But they've got it down. It's been down a foot or 4 foot. Awesome, buddy. Hey, no problem. Thanks. Man, you were in that tournament all day that day, hanging out with us. Let's see, you don't want to lose Gatorade bottle. I've been saving those. I'm going to turn them into, I got an idea for a float. If it works, it'll be a short tip Saturday video. If it doesn't work, you guys will never see it, because that's how that kind of stuff works. But I bought some, here a while back, about a year ago, I bought some release floats made by, I think it was XX Tackle. I'm not for sure. Afraid I'm gonna miss the next one you do. Nope. Yeah, we usually try to get the word out there a little bit early. But, let's see here. I'll look at something real quick. Wish I had a spotlight. You would think, hanging out right there at the edges of those weed beds, that we would have come across something already. There's all kinds of activity up on the, right there in the shallows at the boat ramp. Stuff's coming up. Probably little bluegills coming up and eating those mayflies as they land. Keep looking at those. You hear any tail slapping? I haven't heard any. I've heard some fish jump. Hey, Peel and Drag, you still in chat? I've been meaning to ask you something. Guys, Avid was live on Catfish and Crappie tonight. I did not get to watch that. I will be watching it later. Okay, Peel and Drag, you're still here. There is a boat ramp on the Kentucky side of the Ohio River, right across from Metropolis, down kind of by the train trestle that goes across there. Are you familiar with that ramp at all? It looks like it might be a decent spot to bank fish, but I didn't know how hard it would be to get back to it. Trying to think best way to describe it, but it is right there, just upriver from that old train bridge, and it's probably not too far upriver. That, what the heck? Something big jumped over there. That thing focused it? Nope, didn't. Haven't fished it, but I know where it is. Okay. Yeah, I've been thinking about bank fishing that one. I know we have decent luck boat fishing in that general vicinity, but I figured that it might not be too bad for bank fishing, and definitely could get to some deeper water right there. would not be too much of a stretch to cast from there and end up dropping your line in 40 or 50 feet of water when the river's not dry like it is right now. I got a feeling right now if I was messing with the Ohio, I'd probably be wasting my time. It's probably gar paradise at the moment. Then you go into Cairo on the regular. I ain't been down there in a while. I like that. I like fishing that confluence. Heath and I went down there. Oh, it's a couple years ago, December, and that was one of the longest bank fishing trips I guess we have ever taken. We started in Cairo, caught one fish, went to Wycliffe, couldn't catch anything. So we went to the Paducah riverfront, and all we succeeded in doing is getting snagged. And so we went to Brookport and got snagged, got fed up and went home. But, yeah, I've been thinking about going down towards putting in at Mounds and running down towards Cairo and fishing that confluence down that way. Get out of here, mayfly. Oh, I pulled his tail off. The Illinois River is gar paradise, too hard to keep the bait. The water gets chewed up. Yeah. I've always wondered that about the Illinois River. There was something. My poor flashlight's about dead. Oh, what a mess here. They're back biting now. Okay. I need to head down that way. We may go down there this weekend. Hey, Uncle Josh. Good to see you, buddy. Good night. Glad you stopped in. I'd say we aggravate Heath. Gar's a good fish to eat. I am going to do a catch and cook on some gar. Just because I told somebody about pan frying some and they looked at me like I'd grown a third eye. Abbott, I'll do that. Oh, moon eye? Yeah, that's... Ooh, I don't even want to think about a moon eye right now after what I saw earlier. I had... we fished that... or Caitlin fished 3+1's kids tournament last weekend. And they... I went the day before and caught some moon eyes and just threw them in the live well, kept the water going on recirculate, went home, threw them on ice. Those fish were still alive whenever I put them in the cooler. Well, evidently I forgot one, and so I was over there getting something out of the boat earlier, and I said, man, something stinks. And I opened the live well and found the remains of a fish. I got a car pulling down here, guys, so if I don't know what they're doing, but I'll be right back. Well, did you guys get to see that? The bell rang, but it wasn't wasn't a fish. There was a bat or a bird or something went to land on that tip of that rod. Rang the bell, scared himself off. Smaller baits catch a big fish. Okay, whatever car that was leaving. Smaller baits catch a big fish, and the bigger baits are catching the smaller ones, right? And that's weird on Mississippi. That sounds about right. Peel and drag, you having any luck at all with shad right now, or is it a lost cause trying to mess with shad? I can still catch them easy. I just didn't know if they'd bite on them. Take this thing off for now. Alright, we've been long enough. Let's move those baits. Let's check that. We'll check that fiber nugget anyway. I thought it was that fiber nugget stinking last week when I was out here. All right. Let's see what we got. We still got. Well, we got a few swimming. We got. Let's see. You're alive. Not for long. Ow. Back here. All right, we got us a half a bluegill again. Hook him that way. I didn't realize I was killing the camera out. That one on the other side of that wheat bed. Let's bring that one in. All right. Not there. Alright, that bluegill's dead. But we got another one here. We got us a pumpkin seed. We'll hook him up there in the shoulders, as Mark from Catfish and Crappie would call it. Yeah, we'll pitch him out there. We'll go way out there this time. There we go. What's the fish count? It's easy has is 0. Unfortunately, they're not cooperating tonight, but we're gonna give it a shot still. The bluegill, that live bluegill we've had on here since we started tonight, I just brought him in and he was deader than a hammer, so we'll keep him around for cut bait. I cut another small bluegill, put the front half, put the head on the on that far rod, and I cast it up. We've got a little bit of a weed bed over here. I don't know if I can, you guys can see that or not. No, not really. We got a little bit of a weed bed. We cast up there on that weed bed, and we're on the other side of it. Go. There we go. Can we see him now? Yeah, made him a little bit. We still got the bells on. Dan's Creations. Awesome, buddy. Awesome. Hope you enjoy them. Hope they work out good for you. See what if I mess with here while I was messing with that. Dan's Creations, Lance. Been using the gizzards, pretty nice size, but the moon eye and Asian carp's catching fish right now. Okay. Whoa. Which one was that? Oh, you guys are supposed to tell me on that. One of those just rang, didn't it? I think it was that live bait rod. Just went crazy, but I don't know. And that's a pretty feisty there. Keep meaning to comment on that. Thank you. But Dan, I appreciate you watching. I'm glad you enjoy them, buddy. I hope they work out good for you. Now I really wish I knew which rod that was that just went nuts a second ago. Need some glow sticks on the rod. Yeah, I do. You know what we could do? I don't know if I can get one to stick or not. Give me a second. I do have some of them. There we go. Well, how we're going to manage this. Well, we're not. We're going to leave that alone. I ain't touching that rod right now. Something's down there tugging on that live bait rod. But I do have us a couple of glow sticks. J-Dog, we were needing your expert advice in here earlier because we were talking about those team catfish. Let me find them here. We were talking about these team catfish fiber nuggets, and I said they were bait fish blood flavored, but I said I'd have to take their word for it. And somebody said we could get you to try one. There we go. Just got glow stick all over my knife. All that, it's really not showing up on camera. Had to get little man a couple of videos. If it will help your video views, I will eat one. I don't know if I'd want to eat one of those J-Dogs. One of these owes us a fish. Not supposed to cut through the glow stick. Well, Dan, there was no way to get that thing to stick on there, so I attempted to cut through the glow stick and dip it on that rod, and it didn't work out. So these glow sticks are meant for bobbers, not for rods. They're the bracelet type that you get at the dollar store. Whatever's in there smells like licorice too. I don't know what they make those things out of. So we'll have to get some zip ties. That's what we usually got to use a glow stick. Yeah. What we got in there? Polar bear. No, not really. It had actually been a while since we had a bite, and then we got just a minute ago while I wasn't paying attention. One of the two rods there, the bell rung on them, but I don't know which one it was. I was saying earlier, guys, for the ones that are just joining us, we got. I've been working on myself a cart. Electrical tape. I'm scared to touch that one rod because I really do think it's that big old live bluegill that's getting messed with down there. I don't want to take a chance of scaring something off. And it could have just been that thing going crazy. It was the one closest to me. Okay, yeah, that was that live bluegill one. I just put, well, live pumpkin seed, green sunfish, whatever. I mean, we can. That always seems to start an argument online asking what that fish was. But that little sunfish that's on there uh, was the one that rung. It rang pretty good there. All those nuggets smell the same. I used the cheese ones once, and man, that smells like rot gut. I really haven't had any of that stuff that's worked good. Seems like one day it'll work and the next day it won't. But I was at the Kincaid Spillway one night, and who the heck was that? Let me get back there. My daughter was trying to play quick checkers against me, I think. I'm not for sure, but I got a quick checkers notification. She ought to be asleep by now. Yeah, there is nothing wanting to bite tonight. That's the bad thing. The only thing we haven't thrown at them is chicken, and I don't have any with me. Night crawlers, I wish I had some of those. Team Catfish, Secret 7, and Sudden Death, versus even caught blues with them. I have tried the Secret 7. That one seemed like it did. That was one of the few ones that I've actually caught a fish on. And I think the other one was like a Rippin' Lips brand. I bought a bunch of it one night at our local Gander Mountain. They had clearanced it out. So I bought a bunch of that stuff. Yeah, that thing. Can you guys hear that music in the background? I got to be careful about that. Copyrighted music, YouTube would ding you on it hard. Okay, good. It's fairly loud over on my end. Lance is going chunky style. What I miss here, Lance? Oh. Oh. I don't know what happened there. Took it a second. Man said he bought some reflector tape. I painted a few rods, I'm not gonna lie. I had some rods that were starting to get beat up anyway, so they got some fluorescent paint, and we'll see if they'll show up any better. Go to bed, Chad. Tried catching catfish last night and only had one bite. Just tried corn. Fought one for an hour. I tell you what, I snagged a common carp up at, hey, your boy Troy, in here. I snagged a common carp up at our first day up there at Mendota. And, oh yeah, that makes sense there, polar bear. But, I snagged that common carp. I was bass fishing, and, I thought I had something huge. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I had a trophy fish, and then I realized I had a carp snagged inside. But you know, that thing, I was fishing with 30-pound braid, and there was no turning that fish. He was going where he wanted. Alof, well, you know, man. There's another one. If you guys have not checked out A Lot of Fishing TV, go and check him out after this live. Go subscribe. He come down this area back, when was that? Back in the wintertime. And I didn't realize it until it was too late. We would have had to make a point to go fish together. All right, we're gonna bring that cut bait in that's been sitting on that shallow part, and I'm gonna send it flying, and we'll just wind out the night with them out there deep. Because evidently, if there was something up shallow, I would have thought that it had found it by now. It's gonna be fun anyway. Get through all these weeds. Yeah, we got moss and weeds and everything else there. All right, we'll put that in the 45 spot and just let her rip. We got country catfishing in the house. Taking a catfish rod next trip for the carp. I don't blame you there one bit. I set that one flying just as far as it would go. So everything's out towards the deeper water, and they don't get real deep out there. I've took the kayak out there. That's 17 or 18 feet is all that gets. Hog leg catfishing. I believe that's a new name. I can't believe we haven't had something hooked up. Usually out here, it's been my experience that if they bite, they're going all the way. When I get a chance to get the video edited, I took that little John boat, that Project Drift Sock, brought it out here, and was just tooling along fishing for bluegills, and come up with a nice little channel cat. He wasn't huge, but on that light action rod, he felt like a trophy. So are you going to fish one of your regular spots or finding somewhere new? Step away for a minute, guys. Oh, shoot. Still not showing up great, but they'll show up a little bit. We're gonna go live if you try the river, Dan. I'm not sure. Yeah, Dan, if you've gone live recently, I'm gonna have to. I haven't got the notification, so I may have to go back in and unsubscribe or resubscribe and hit the bell again. I know if you every once in a while YouTube goes a little silly on it. Hogleg, definitely good to have you in here, man. Oh yeah, the country catfishing, there's frogs everywhere out here. They're out of season though, we can't mess with them. I think they went out the 30th of June. But they'd be good eating. I'd love to see something slam that live bluegill though. There's a fist-sized bluegill. You run, have one full with chicken liver for the channel cats. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's kind of why I brought those fiber nuggets with me tonight. But I don't know, maybe it was a fluke getting a bite on one of those the other night, because it sure haven't attracted any more attention. Just don't like to be scared. I don't blame you there one bit, and it's looking more and more like that's what's going to be tonight. Are you in a flathead area or all three? Just channels and flatheads there, peel and drag. No blues in Grassy, but the channels run kind of small out here, 4, 5, 6 pound. Flatheads, they get big out here. I've never caught one out of this lake, but I've seen some of them that do. I'm gonna grab a seat cushion. That's what I'm gonna grab. That bucket's starting to get hard. All right, there we go. We'll see how this works. That seat cushion. Ah, much better. somewhat better. I broke my tailbone back at the end of 2020. I don't recommend that to anybody. Here we are almost a year later, and it still reminds me every once in a while that I broke it. There went another bat. It was flowing good enough. A 3 ounce. 3 ounce wasn't enough, so I probably have to get some heavier weights. I only have up to 4s. I like it when it needs about a 6 ounce weight. Peel and drag, what's it taking on the Mississippi right now, man? 8 ounces still? Are you gonna PM me on Facebook? Oh, shoot. You can get away with 6. Wow. Yeah, I knew the current was down. They got to be feeding good down there, though. I wonder if the granary there at Mounds would be any good. That'd be a fun little spot to go with. There's so many dinks float around right there at Mounds. It'd be a fun spot to go with some light tackle. Probably tie into something big that you don't need to be handling on light tackle. Get up there. Still got 15 people hanging out with me. I appreciate that, guys. I probably, if I wasn't live, I would have long since gone home by now. But I would have thought for sure we'd have gotten something. I would have thought we'd have messed up and got a bite by now. Everything just wants to tap at it. Let's see what we got. Oh, I'm missing a bunch of stuff here. People want to think I'm crazy trying to help out the competition. Dad, I just don't care who wins, just want everyone to catch fish. Yeah, this old flashlight's about had it. Time for new batteries in that thing. Up to 15. If you're just getting in, say hi in the chat there. We went from 12 to 15, so we've had a few more jump in. Cat killer. Let's see if that's coming down here or if it's going. Sounds like they're going the other way, but I can't tell for sure. You never know what you're going to run into. Yeah, they went the other way. They went down that way. Oh, now, I did see that one. Oh, we're finally getting some action, guys. We're getting some pulls on that live bluegill. That means we leave it alone for a minute. Catfish, cat killer, fisher. Everyone's, yeah, we're doing good out here, buddy. Finally getting bites. Not much of one, and that could have, I mean, I suppose it could have been that bluegill getting good and angry down there, but they put a little flex in that rod, so. See what we're missing here. If I can find it. I might check my phone batteries here. Oh, yeah, it's doing good. Let's see here. That's way too bright. Either something aggravated that bluegill down there, or something was pulling on him a little bit. But either way, there's something in the area that he doesn't like. Now we just hope that it munches on him. Hoping it's not raining in the morning. Plan on going to the horse farm and fish. The North Canadian River here in Oklahoma. Lots of channel cats in it. Might have a chance for that one. That is the best thing about these lives, guys, is just watching the chat and everybody hanging out. And, you know, it's just kind of like shooting a bull at a bait shop or something. With the added bonus of maybe getting to see a fish. Well, there goes that bluegill rod bouncing again. All right, whatever that is biting slow. Might be what we want. Might be a flathead. Whatever it is coming up and tangling with that thing, and then leaving it alone for a minute and coming back. So who knows? Might be a big old snapping turtle down there too. Old flathead bite. I've been needing one of these on a live, because you guys can convince me to leave that rod alone until it doubles over. Because any other time, what I like to do is get down there on point like an old Sooner hound and try to wait and try to catch up to him with the reel and everything else. So tonight we'll just leave it alone and see if he'll pull down on it and take it. Because he's biting like a flathead. Biting like a flathead. Maybe it'd be a good one. I'd be okay with that too. It would not take much for me to set a new personal best flathead, but I'm not going to be able to do it tonight no matter what, because I don't have a scale with me. But my personal best flathead is only like 9.2 or 9.6 pounds. It's not very big. And I caught him last October, drifting on the Ohio River for blue cats. Hope you get it on a nice one. Man, I'd take it. Yeah, bait fishing is different than boat. Who's getting skunked? Probably me, polar bear. But I think you guys are talking about Brian B. He's got a new puppy, 11 pounds. Nothing wrong with that there, Troy. Nothing wrong with that. That beats mine. Brian B, that's what I figured, polar bear. I say Chad and I always think of Chad Fields, so it messes me up. We've got the Chad and the Chad. There's another vehicle running. Alright, so I'll ask you guys this. How long do you sit and let it mess around with that thing before you finally give up on it? Because I always end up wanting to check my bait and everything else. Feeling drag, I guarantee you, say as long as it takes. But it's bouncing again. Hard to tell though with that wind. YouTube PB is 76, man. Dead Nolties and Chunky's line. Dan, I'm on a lake. I'm on Little Grassy Lake here in southern Illinois. It's part of the Crab Orchard National Wildlife Refuge, but they've got Crab Orchard drained down. They've got it at least 5 feet low at the moment. It's probably more. But it's basically reached a point where it's not really fishable. You can launch a boat on it, but you have to be careful. And there's guys hitting stuff in the middle of the lake right now because it runs out and gets shallow. Oh, now that's the far rod. Just jumped that cut bait. Like, yeah, it was something that they've needed to do for a while, Dan. They had the concrete on the top of the spillway on the top of the dam was deteriorating something fierce. And I think they said they had to take off like the top 18 inches of had to take off the top 18 inches of concrete off that dam, and they're going to have to reform it and re-pour it. But to do so, to get back there where they needed to get, they had to drain the lake. They were going to drop it 4 feet, and then with all we haven't had any rain, so it ended up, they dropped it 4 feet, and then it hasn't rained, so another foot's evaporated. But the plans are to have it drawn down until sometime in January, and then let it fill up with the spring rains, which when we get the rainy season, it won't take about a month, and that lake will be back to capacity. Might actually be good for the fish, I don't know. They had the biologist talking about it, and he was saying he was talking like it'd be good for the fish. I don't see how, but I didn't go to school for that. He did, so I'll take his word for it. So in the past 5 minutes, we've had both of these rods at least show a little bit of life. Maybe we should have been fishing deep all night. I wouldn't have thought it. But where we're at, where we've cast out to, we'd kind of be on a, we're on the edge of a point. So we definitely have some structure down there. I've caught bass down there from my kayak, fishing a shaky head out off that point. But it's been so long since I've had a boat over it, I don't really remember what it looks like on the fish finder. Probably wouldn't have been a bad night to take and bring that little John boat out here and anchor it up and push the bluegill out under bobbers. Again, all I can do is hope. Cat Killer, where you located at, man? Central Illinois. Okay, I'm down at down by Marion, so. Definitely have good fish in this end of the state. Definitely don't have no shortage of places to fish down here. Yeah, folks, just down that way. No kidding. Keep looking at that. I'll just look at the chat and listen for the bell. I've spent most of this live staring over my shoulder at those rocks. Thinking I look at them, they're gonna move. Let's see what we got here. 10:56. We'll ride it out at this point. We're 2:21. We'll go to the full 3 hours. And if we haven't caught a fish by then, I imagine it's probably bedtime. But I can't really pack up and leave with it. having something ringing the bell. And Mom would drive 6 hours to Peoria to eat lunch at a China buffet. Oh man. I haven't spent much time up at Peoria, but there is a place in Springfield. Yeah, it is. Hog Leg, it's starting to wind. We're starting to get a little bit of a breeze. They talk like we might get some storms tonight, but so far I see stars in every direction, so I think we're probably all right. But, no, there used to be there probably still is a spot up in Springfield we used to stop at called Darcy's Pint. And they had some of the best horseshoes that you'd ever try. Horseshoes, if you guys don't know about it, it's kind of a Midwestern thing. They'll take some kind of a meat, whether it's a burger, pulled pork or turkey or whatever, and they'll put French fries on there and cover it with cheese. It's not good for you at all, but it tastes good. Good comfort food. And looks like Cat Killer's familiar with it too. Yeah, that's good food up there. We stop in there every once in a while when we went through Springfield. They have them local down here. We've got a couple places that try to make them, but they're not as good as Darcy's. Darcy's is known for it. It's all in the cheese. Yeah, it is. Places down here, they put that canned cheese that you get at Sam's on there. And it's not, they taste okay, but they're not great. Peoria was halfway to my sister's house when she was in. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Because I thought for a second, buddy, you were just driving 6 hours to go eat at a China buffet. I said it must have been a good one. Keep looking for those Starlink satellites, but I think Elon Musk changed or I think SpaceX changed. Oops. He's back. I think SpaceX changed them. They're not as reflective now as they used to be. We jumped up 3 people in chat and or 3 people watching and had another hit on that live bluegill. So what do you guys think? Still flathead? Pretty much a flathead bite? Hey, Brian B. What do you know, man? We are sitting here watching this one rod, this one closest to us, right there. I use my glowing ET finger. And we are watching that get hit hard about every 5-10 minutes. Something's just nailing it, but it won't commit. So we're thinking we got a flathead bite going on. There are some good flathead in this lake. White rice with a fried hamburger and egg on that with brown gravy on it. Top in Hawaii, it's called a loco moco. Sounds good. Sounds real good. I like rice though, so. We had one hit about 10 minutes or so ago on that furthest rod there. Brian's got cut bait on it. It's got half of a cut bluegill. See if I've got Yeah, we're gonna let it roll out to. I like rice too. My rice is 130. I like rice so. So yeah, we probably got us a flathead bite. Now the question is, will he decide to hook up in the next half hour or so? Those fish bite weird. Probably why I don't catch them. That makes sense, Brian. That does. And it definitely explains why I don't have good luck with them. Just here until talking smack about the 7 to 7. Nothing wrong with smack talking. Nothing at all. You see, guys, if I wasn't live tonight, I can promise you, I would have already took and reeled that one with that live bluegill in to check that thing. Probably after it set for about 10 minutes and didn't get messed with, I would have said, "Oh, he's got my bait," and I would have reeled it in, checked it, just to find out I still had bait. Uh, Jerry Parker from Parker Pursuits, I think he's put it the best I've ever heard it put. He said, fishing for flatheads is like deer hunting. You're going to sit there, you may sit there all day for one good one, but when he shows up, he's going to be a good one. Yeah, here, mayfly. Another mayfly. Look at those things. Everywhere. If you do not see the video and make sure you eat before you watch it. Make sure you eat before you watch it. What did I miss there, Troy? Or do I even want to know? Okay. They may find. I had a video tonight. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. Where did you buy your fish? Where did who buy their fish? We got another one in chat. Troy, he can't catch it. someone to check his live well before the tournament. There's something. I'm gonna go turn my spotlight on something. I've got eyes over at the other end of the parking lot. Probably a raccoon, but I'm gonna go look. Watch my rods for me. There's a little baby fox, guys, at the other end of the parking lot. Avid back in. I think we got us a flathead bite going, Avid. About every 10 minutes or so, this bluegill just gets hammered. Yeah. When I fish for flatheads, I use J hooks. I probably should have. I was fishing for anything that'd bite there, Avid. I've got some of those Matsuko sickle hooks in about a 8/0. Those red ones. Old Cat Matt turned me on to those for flathead fishing, but haven't caught a flathead on one, but I nailed a bowfin and a gar on them. I was fishing under a bobber, and I had those things underneath there, and something started pulling that bobber. I had a big old gizzard shad on there live, and that thing took off across the water. And I reared back and set the hook, made Bill dance. It would have made Bill dance proud, and nailed a big old bowfin out there on Crab Orchard. And picked up a couple gar on them. We got that bluegill hooked up in the shoulders, so if he'll take and if he'll ever decide he wants to eat it, we'll have us a fish. But let's see here. I'm sure you guys heard my phone ring. Give me just a second, guys. I'm gonna figure out how I can get. I don't know how I'm gonna get to send a text. Oh, all right, there we go. We're live. George Ray, howdy, buddy. We're in the last 25 minutes or so of the evening, unless something just catches fire. But at this point, I'm not holding out a whole lot of hope. We got one rod. This rod closest to us is getting dinged. It's got a live sunfish underneath it, or a live sunfish on it. The other rod has a half of bluegill. It got hit hard earlier, and it's not done anything since. My wife was the one calling me a second ago, guys. I had to figure out how to tell her to text me. Lots of bats. If I could catch one of those, I'd put one on a hook, use it as bait. She's in here now. We got 2 rods out. One of them's he ain't been hit in a while though. He's about due up to, old flathead's due up to come back and make his appearance again. He may be sitting down there chomping on it, who knows? But I really don't want to even touch that rod and fear of messing it up. Ready to take corn. And my wife's in here. We've been live now 2 hours and 40 minutes. At least with my wife on here, if we do catch this flathead, I can tell her I need a scale. Maybe sweet talk her into coming and bringing me a scale out here, but don't think we're going to need it. I think he might have got our bait. That last hit was pretty good. Okay, back. Had to put little man to bed. Brian B. Skunks out. Is there one in the truck? No, there's one in the boat though. There might be one in the Suburban. I don't know. But I know for a fact there's one in the boat. I need to actually bring that one in and clean up the battery connections on it because it's starting to get silly. We need one good hookup. I don't even care if we land him at this point. We just need one of these rods to double over and at least feel him for a minute. We'll get ready to go fishing then. Yeah, hon, we've got some serious smack talking going on in here tonight. You won't skunk air in the Potomac is full of nice. Oh, I was telling them all about my cart I've been working on. And, I think it would have been a good night for it if it were ready, but it's not quite ready. We'll look at that one real quick. Tighten that up just a little bit. At the same time, BBC won't be fishing with Has or Beck, so it might be tough for him. Tanks add up to most fish. I see the other side. That bluegill's still down there kicking. I went up and looked at the rod a second ago and looked at that line, and it was still moving. So I'm waiting to get caught by one of these bats, though. Now, what's the one you guys are doing a 7-7? I know I saw this somewhere, and I can't remember the details on it. So which one's this one? What's the particulars on that one? I know I've seen it, but I can't remember. I've slept since then. Bank only. Okay. I struggle on the bank. 3-rod limit. It's going to be for biggest channel. Oh, Dan's going to be going for biggest channel and smallest fish. Come down to Carswell again on the Ohio River. Michael, probably in the fall, I would bet. This time of year when the Smith and Pool stops moving, I struggle down there. Of course, I went to Shawneetown a couple weeks ago and caught a few fish. Caught 2 or 3 right off the bat. I know a bank where we can catch tons of small cats. Up there at the Lock and Dam there, Avid. I guess I could always go to Rend. I need to actually do a live from up there at Rend one night. Go to the Ina boat ramp or something like that. Carlisle Dam. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that one. I went there back in the wintertime. Didn't do any good, but it wasn't the right time of year to be messing around up there. Do a live from Rend Lake, let me know. Okay, I'll do that. We'll work out the details on that one. Asian carp is hurt as bad, but the fish is deep water. I like that. I like that Carswell Bend there, Michael. That's my daughter's personal best. My daughter's personal best blue cat came from down there. She got her one that was 17. And that's been a couple years ago now. It was late 2019 whenever she caught that. But that come out of about 80 foot of water right there on the Carswell Bend. We were anchored up week before Thanksgiving, something like that. That's a good little spot. Now we're starting to see some. Hopefully, maybe my wife is still in the chat and can look at the radar, but I'm pretty sure I just saw lightning off to my south here. So I'm gonna shoot for more than one fish. Always fish near a bridge. Can't tell me yet. Nothing wrong with the bridge. I'm wanting to go mess with the. Do you think the Asian carp has hurt our fishing? You know, Michael, I think it's had an effect on it. But I think probably another thing that's hurting us is you can't launch a boat up there at the Blackburn Ramp there by Shawneetown, that you're not being overrun by commercial fishermen, and they are taking fish out of that pool by the boatload. And I can remember being, you know, when I was 10, 11, 12 years old, it was nothing to go out, and nothing on radar anywhere near us. Okay, good deal. There was nothing to go out and catch a big catfish down there at, you know, Golconda or something like that. Now you can't buy a fish down there, and you know, you're gonna get a big one every once in a while. It's you know, my personal best came from about 10 miles downriver of 10 or 15 miles downriver of Shawneetown, but it's just not the same as what it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago even. It's the river's turned over. I started hitting that area down that, I guess, that Olmsted pool, since they finished that Olmsted Dam, and it has the Tennessee and the Cumberland rivers. Nothing to say. Yeah, that's the truth. Hog leg. That's sad too. Nothing the same as 20. Yo, of course, I think 20 years ago, and I think the 80s, but I don't think that 20 years ago was 2000. You don't think about it. And you fishing the wrong bridge and trying to. Green Lake bridges, you can catch channels left to right. So Avid's telling the truth right there. All right, we're down to the last 9 minutes. Yeah, we ain't had nothing up. Well, we'll stay live. We'll bring in that sunfish here at the end of that if he don't hook up. I want to see if he's still alive or dead, or he might have gotten picked apart by a turtle. I don't know. He may be sitting there baitless on both those rods for the past 45 minutes. But that fish was hooked good. There really shouldn't have been no way he was coming off, and he's still pulling on that line down there. You can still tell he's kicking a little bit. So. As long as he's down there kicking, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. So. I find out to play something about fishing somewhere safe to be alone overnight. Yeah, that's something good to check on there, Dan. Pack a gun, pack two. That's the only thing I don't particularly care about where I'm at. Where I'm at right now is I'm blind off to the last name Jason. Josh fish under a bridge cover 45 pounds. Everything we can. Live bluegill. I need to do that. I'm actually thinking about. Been talking about it for a little bit now. I want to go down and anchor up one night. Get down there early enough and. Just anchor up and put some live baits out and just let them sit. And I said I would even bring my tablet along with me and watch a movie, watch Jaws or something out there on the water. And Just have movie marathon night. Watch Jaws and Perfect Storm, you know, all those good movies that you want to watch when you're sitting out on a boat in the middle of the night, you can't see your hand in front of your face. Okay, it's not. You mean I can't carry it? I thought I thought Oklahoma was open carry. Kenneth, no, we've had one uh, messing with that live bluegill, but he won't hook up. Yeah, we can't be talking about such things. The YouTube police will come and get us. But carry a carry a sandwich. There we go. Oklahoma's the start of the Wild West. Hey, Tim Molina. We got about 5 minutes, 15 seconds. Yeah, we'll wrap things up tonight. It's just they're not cooperating tonight out here. I'd even do the Jerry Parker chicken dance. Hey, Cat Killer, take care, buddy. Appreciate you stopping in. We're almost done here anyway, whether this thing hooks up or not. So I'm leaning heavily towards it's not going to. Let's see what we got. 11:30. And we're up to 29 people watching. Chunky, how'd you do tonight, brother? I ain't got the card out here yet, but I was talking about it. I have to send you pictures. And I found some orange Berkeley big game that shines like crazy under black light. One eel. You caught an eel? You That's awesome. Did you keep it? Please tell me you kept that eel. That is great. That's worth going live right there. What I mean, where are those eels running? Like $20 a piece or something, aren't they? Yeah, we're not allowed to have them, or I might be in jail. That's out there. Oh, okay. Look at that. He's back. Come on, you got 3 minutes. Hook up. Oh, he's on. I think he's off, guys. Nope. He's running right towards the ramp. Come on, come on. Huh. We got a fish. Come here. I can't find the... Holy crap. Hold on a second, guys. First off, it's a channel. Let me up our light here. All right, that's gonna be our fish of the night. But I want to show you where this guy's hooked. Look at that. He is hooked in the top of the head, not even in the mouth. But patience, come here, you. Patience paid off. He ain't a big channel cat by any means. Yeah, that's what I said. It's a long fish. Look at that. See if I can get him out there. With like 2 minutes left, this is what was messing with our bluegill all night. Yeah, that is a good eater there, Evan, but we're not going to eat him. We're going to let him go. Hey, calm down. There go my gripper. There we go. Woo! One for Chunky. There we go. We turn that light back down. That was nuts. Close the show with the fish. That's right. Definitely wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but he kind of a... He wasn't a heavy channel, but he was long. Let's check that one, see if it's got still got bait on it or not. Man, that thing was out there a mile. What in the world? Alright, more of that nasty grass. And we still got our bluegill head. So we'll get rid of that. I'm telling you, that grass in this lake smells like garlic. I don't know why, but it does. So we'll get that rod handled. Let me get this one all set up. But we probably couldn't do that one again if we tried. What we got here? Leave that hook at his head. He'll show all his friends his new piercing. Yeah, he'll be a punk. All right, guys. Well, we succeeded in catching one fish, but it took us all night to do it. And I thought for sure we had a flathead biting on that live bluegill down there. I would have bet money that was a flathead biting on that thing, but oh well, hey, a fish is a fish is a fish, and we'll take it. So guys, thanks for everybody for watching tonight, hanging out with me. Like I said, hey, thanks buddy, thanks Solo Texan Adventures. I needed you to tune in, that's what it is. No, well, that, and I needed everybody in chat who convinced me to leave that rod alone and just wait for it to double over, because I know for a fact that I would have tossed that thing. I would have reeled that thing in and tossed it back out about 100 times until I succeeded in killing that fish. So guys, we're going to end this one on a high note. We've been a little over 3 hours tonight. Some of y'all been with me the whole time. Some of you been in and out. Thanks everybody that's come and hung out. You guys helped me pass the time by pretty quickly tonight, and we'll have to get back out and do that again soon. So appreciate it, and I'm gonna kill the live here and head to the house and go to bed. So end the stream with the fish. Can't complain about that at all. So take care, y'all. Maybe. There we go. Boom.